Well, hey there. Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. I'm Joe Mama, your host. Check it out. We have a nuke plant. Yep, it is a fully operational nuke plant pumping out 1.21 gigawatts. Actually, let's take a look at that. It is 1.2, 1.20. Okay, 1.20 gigawatts. Okay, or no, it wouldn't be 1.20, it would be 1.20. Anyway, so yeah, we've got a fully operational and set up nuclear plant. I got my little steam buffers there, got water buffers as well. I think they're way up here. Yep, got the water buffers, and my goodness, those 3 pumps, and I don't even think we need 3, but it's way more than supplying what we need. So I've got a total of, I think, 56 times 2 is 112 heat exchangers and almost 200 steam turbines. I don't think I got the ratio quite right. I don't think you actually need... I think I could have done away with... I think I could have done away with the whole row, top and bottom, of the heat exchangers, but you know what? I could probably slap turbines on there if I really wanted to. And all the reactors... Okay, check out this. Check out the neighbor bonus on these bad boys. So remember, each one by itself is 40 megawatts, but with the neighbor bonus, which is kind of funny because there's not really any actual science that backs that up, but it's kind of cool. Each of these in the middle, the 4 in the middle, have a 300% neighbor bonus, which brings it to 160 megawatts per, so that's 640 megawatts. And then over here, they've got 200% neighbor bonuses, which brings it to 480. So really, okay, so you have 480 for those 4, so 480 plus 640 is, I have to do the math in my head, that's what, 1.2, I think, or 1.12 maybe. Hang on. Yeah. 480, so 640 would be 1120. Okay, yeah, it would be 1.12, and then I think the coal plant might bring it up to that 1.2 megawatt total. Let me see. By the way, I've cut off the coal plant, but it's still putting out steam because of the steam buffer here. The steam buffers that I added are still keeping it powered, and when that steam runs out, it will probably, that 1.21 or 1.20 will drop to something else. But still, our power plant is operating, which is exactly what we wanted, and we're going to go ahead and concentrate on some other stuff. So the next goal, now that we've got sufficient power and we're going to reduce the pollution by turning the coal plant off, the next step is we need to shore up what we've got. So we're going to grab some lasers and we're going to set up some defensive perimeters around our landmass here. And you can see the train on the map taking its time. So let's make our way up to our main base, which is up here. I don't want to cross the tracks because I think a train will be passing shortly. Yeah, we don't want to hit the train. It'll either destroy us or we'll destroy it. I don't want either to happen. What have I got in the tank? I've got some lasers. Let me put a few more in there. I've got some walls. Or no, actually, I took the lasers out. Let me put a couple more in there. I've got bots on the tank, so I can actually use bots to set it up. So that's pretty cool. And I actually have another nuclear reactor there if I wanted to use it. But I don't think I need to. Alright, so let's grab ton of lasers we've got. Let's go ahead and grab another 100 laser turrets. I would really like substations for this. I need red chips and copper, both of which I have in abundance. Actually, okay, let's go ahead and set up the construction for let's go set up some construction for that. You know, some automated construction for, what was it again? Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. Okay, let's make that. Oh my gosh, what was I just saying? What is it that I want to create? Okay, but I know we need copper plate, red chips for this thing that I just totally brain farted. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, I know. I need the wires, right? Copper wires. I need to make wires from copper. So can I do that? I know I already make wires over here. Is there any steel in close proximity to this? Okay, let me grab lights. No, there's no steel in close proximity there. No red chips either, so we'll just have to turn some of this copper into red chips. For making what? For the life of me, I can't remember. What did I just say? Okay, that. Let me look. I mean, look at what I've got here. Oh my goodness. Oh, substations. Right. So to make the substations, we're going to need to set these up to make copper. All right. All right. And then they're going to pass under. I know I should be working on things like blue belts, but I don't see the need just yet. All right, so there's that, there's that, and then we set this up to produce substations. And I'll set the limit there, right there. I think that'll work. Okay, so let me let that thing do its thing for a minute while we go collect some walls. Which I think are up here, if I'm not mistaken. We'll come back down there, we'll pick up our substations. Okay. And where is the tank? All right, so let's go ahead, dump some walls in the tank. Is there anything in the tank that we're just not going to need anymore? Okay, there's actually a few things. Let's take one of these crates. Just create a garbage crate. And you know what? Here's a garbage crate over here. Let's just dump it in that. So we don't need all this stone. We'll go ahead and convert it to landfill. And we'll put the landfill in the tank. These inline pumps we're not going to need. Okay. Really, we shouldn't need much. What do we need for radar? Okay, we are going to need radar. And we are going to need big power poles. So we'll get some of those. All right, let's get a stack of substations. Boy, the scaling in this game is a little bit squirrely when you can have dozens of locomotives and hundreds of substations in your pocket. But that's okay. Okay, big power poles. So next place we want to go is over here. This is going to be our first place. This is where we'll set up our first set of poles, or our first set of lasers, but we're going to have to run poles in that direction. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, I didn't cover this before, but I added a steel production array, which, by the way, I used basically the same design. Oh yeah, and we can get rid of coal. We can start using electric smelters, but I need to start creating them. So there's iron smelting right here. I copied the iron smelter 2 more times over here, and that's our steel production. And if you look at the steel production ratios, like steel takes 5 units of iron, that like an iron plate takes 1 iron ore. But then a steel plate takes 5 iron plates. But it takes 5 times as long. So what that means is you can basically use identical arrangements. Like here's an arrangement to turn the iron ore to iron plate. And then you can use an identical arrangement to turn the iron plates into steel plates. And the timing should work out in such a way that neither is waiting for the other. Does that make sense? This one won't take so long as to starve this, and this one won't be lagging, causing this one to sit there and wait. So these two, because they're tuned, basically, they can operate 100% efficiency. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let's run our power pole. Alright, and let's make sure we're going in generally the right direction. Okay. Okay, I think I can identify that. We'll watch the map. Alright. Right here, I believe, will be about right. Let's take a look down here. I'll use this water. Any chance we can to save walls. Alright, let's at least do a double, but we're gonna run the single just as a a base, just we run the single and then it'll be easier to run the second row and a third if we want. But you know what I wish we had? I suppose I could download it, but I really want to do this vanilla, is the mod that lines up, like when you drive a vehicle, if you there's a mod that you can install that will keep the vehicle on like a major azimuth heading. So it won't go 1 degree off of north if you're aiming generally north. It will snap the vehicle to a a perfect north-south azimuth. And that's a good thing, especially if you're trying to lay out something like a wall or power lines or railroad tracks and you want to lay it behind a vehicle. Very handy. Okay, there's our power lines. Yeah. Okay. So we got to get the gas canisters. All right, let's go ahead and run the second. Okay. Wow. That used a lot of walls. Okay, let's score a whole bunch more in here. Fill that up. And let's set up a actually no, I could just put the walls here. I could do that. And then let's set up a blueprint. Well, first let's run some lasers right there. Right. And substation there. Now let's run our power lines all the way up and down this border wall here. Now at some point, yeah, I can run a gate through the wall, but don't need to do that yet. Right now, our primary goal is to provide a hedge against pollution, basically. A hedge against visceral biter reaction to our pollution. So that's what this is about. Again, I'm kind of regretting doing the railroad world. I like the railroad world, but I forgot that it adjusts the biter aggression. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up a blueprint. For now, we're gonna do the lasers every other, I think. 5. All right, and then I think we'll keep the substation back here. Okay, that's good. Now what we'll do is we'll take blueprint, just like that. All right, and we'll just call it light laser wall, because really, I mean, it's only 2 thick. We could make it 3, which would be better, and the distribution of the lasers is pretty sparse. Okay, I ideally would have them shoulder to shoulder, but we just really don't have that many of them to go around if we want to do the whole border. But for now, this will work. Okay, so what we'll do, now that we've got that, we're going to go back down. Oh, actually, well, let's go ahead and lay it out. Why not? We'll go ahead and lay it out. Boom. Boom. Yeah. And then we'll just come through with the tank and it will set it all up for us, right? The wall, really, I'm kind of just using it as sort of a registry mark so that I keep everything lined up. In reality, oh, fudge, that's what I was afraid of. In reality, don't think most of these lasers are even going to be needed, because the typical path that biters would follow would probably be along the shoreline. They would probably be pulled along the shoreline. Okay, right there. Okay. I got my distribution wrong there for a second. Oh. Okay, let's get this boy out of there. All right, and then because it is close to the end of the wall, let's go ahead and throw a heavier distribution of lasers right there. Now let's put lasers in here along with substations, and let's take the tank for a walk. Oh, you know what? I need one more substation. Which is where? Right there. Okay, let's go ahead and set that up. Okay, I think we're good. We could do lights as well if we really wanted. But meh, not too worried about it. Oh, you know what too is radar sites. We're going to put a couple. We're going to make sure the wall, the entire wall, is visible on radar. Okay, there's that. Now let's grab this. And let's check our range. Should work right there. Okay. Okay, right about there. That should cover that. And then one more down at the bottom. There we go. You can see the whole wall. Okay. Now, if we did that right, in theory, we could pull these up. Although I don't think we did that one correct. Nah, I guess we didn't do them all correct. Did we? Oh yeah, we did. Okay. I set it up, I thought, to keep the spacing of the substations perfect so that we didn't have to depend on the large power poles. Basically, the substations will just daisy chain down there, and we can conserve the use of these large poles. Is that going to do it? Yep. All right. That still powers all of them. All right. So what I'm going to end up doing, I think, just I'm going to go around, continue. Let's see that spot. I'm going to put lasers on that wall there, and then I think that's the only other place I can put a wall at this time. I need to clear all these biters out, but so I think before the next episode, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I don't want to. Just wanted to show you an idea of what we're doing for defense, and also I wanted to show you the full extent of our nuclear power plant. But otherwise, I realize that for most people, this is just, oh, it's just setting up lasers in a wall. Well, I don't want to bore you to death with that. It's just, that's all it's going to be. It's just a little short update episode, and then next time around, we should have a hardened landmass on which we can start to seriously upgrade our ore production, our ore processing ability without fear of biter retribution. So I'll go ahead and get started on that, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.
Thank you.